Hello students, today we are going to start the alcohol, phenol and ether, dear students. Okay, so let's have a look over the student 11 number chapter. We are going to start alcohols, phenols and ether, students. Okay, so from the beginning we are going to start from the NCERT. Let's have a look over it. That is what is mentioned in NCERT, student. So they are saying alcohol, phenol and ethers are the basic compound for the formation of what, student? Firstly, detergent, second one is antiseptics, and third one is fragrance, respectively. So alcohol, phenol, ethers, why we are going to study? Firstly, there is detergent are there, whatever the soap and detergent powders are there, that is what. Second point, antiseptics are there, that is also important. Okay, and last one is fragrance, whatever we are using fragrance, student, that is also okay. Other beverages are there, alcohols are there, that is also we are going to prepare. Now let's have, students, you have learned that the substitution of one or more hydrogen atom from the hydrocarbon by another atom or the group of atom result in the formation of entirely new compounds having altogether different properties and applications. Okay, so they are saying that is, if you are like that, we are having, that is, suppose we are having hydrocarbon, right? And what we are going to do is, student, you are going to substitute this. If you are going to substitute this, student, so what you are going to get here, dear students, what you are going to get entirely different compounds. Suppose you are substituting this with the OH, so that is, it is getting the out, and what the compound is going to be formed here. These places are there, hydrogen is there, here is hydrogen, and here is OH will come. So this hydrogen is getting removed and OH minus is getting added. So whatever the compound they are saying, you have learned that substitution of one or more hydrogen atoms from the hydrocarbon by another atoms or the group of atoms results in the formation of entirely new compounds having altogether different properties and application. Okay, now let us have a look over that, about the alcohol. They are saying alcohols and phenols are the formed when hydrogen atom of in hydrocarbon aliphatic and aromatic respectively is replaced by OH group. So if you are repeating, suppose we are having the benzene ring, students, here is hydrogen is there, dear student, and if you are replacing this OH minus ion, it is replacing. So what the compound you are going to get here is, you are going to get, that is OH. So that is what is, this is the benzene, student, benzene, and what you are going to get here, you are going to get, that is phenol. Similarly, in the here upper side, what we get here, hydrogen of the methane we replaced by OH group. So what we got, we got the alcohol. So what the next point we are going to get here is, student, now see these, okay, classes of compound, these classes of compound find wide application in the industry as well as the day-to-day life. Okay, so it is application is having in the industry and day-to-day life. What are the this one? For instance, have you ever noticed that the ordinary spirit, that is we are using in the spirit lamp, used for polishing woolen furnitures, in the chiefly compounds containing hydroxyl group. So whatever the, when you are doing the print, students, I know that is the, I know whatever the woolen, I know things are there like that, I know. So I know furnitures are there. So firstly, what we are doing, we are doing the polishing with the, what is spirit, student, and this is the hydroxyl compound, that is ethanol. The sugar we eat, whatever the sugar we eat, student, the cotton used for the fabrics, the paper we use for writing, is all made up of what, the compounds containing OH group. Okay, so paper is also made up of the, compound containing OH group, students. Okay, fabrics, whatever we are using the cotton we are using for the wearing, student. Okay, so these all are there, sugar whatever we are using, these all are the alcoholic groups are there, student, that you keep in mind. Now just what they are saying, think life without paper, no notebook, no papers, currently notes, checks, certificates, etc. The magazine carrying beautiful photographs and interesting stories, would disappear from our life. So if there is, alcohol, phenol, ether is not there, you cannot imagine the life, student. You cannot imagine the good life. Why? Because everything, whatever we are using, papers, money, checkbook, okay, photographs, everything is made up of the alcoholic group, student. Now they are saying it would have been really different word. If it is not there, it would be very different word, student. Now let us look over the some other properties, students, what the point they are saying. An alcohol contains one or more hydroxyl groups directly attached to carbon atom of an aliphatic system, that is CH3OH, while phenol containing OH group directly attached to the carbon atoms of an aromatic system, that is C6H5OH. So if you talk about, that is here is CH3OH is there, or that is C2H5OH is there. These are the alcohols, student. These are the alcohol. And what alcohol? That is known as aliphatic, open chain aliphatic alcohols. Now the another point you keep in mind, student, that is if we are having, here is the OH group is, if you are having, that is OH group. So what we are saying, that is this will be the phenol, student. This is what is known as, student, this is the phenol, that you keep in mind. Now let's have a move over the next paragraph, student. What the this is all completely we are dealing the NCERT, student. The substitution of the hydrogen atom in a hydrocarbon by an alkoxy or aryloxy groups, RO, yield another class of compound known as what, student? Ethers. For example, CH3, CO, CH3, or dimethyl ether. You may also visualize ether component formed by. So they are saying, if suppose CH4 is there, student, CH4. So if this CH4 is getting replaced by, that is OCH3 group, student, OCH3. This is what is known as, student, this is O alkoxy group. This is what is known as, student, alkoxy group. So what it is going to be formed, student? CH3, okay, O CH3, okay, CH3 O CH3, right? And what is another point is H is getting removed out, okay. So what is this is the what this class of compound is known as, student? This class of compound is known as ether, dear friend. Now let us move out the next paragraph. Okay, here you see, student. They are saying substitution the hydrogen atom by hydroxyl group of an alcohols or phenol by an alkyl or aryl group. Okay. So in this unit we shall discuss the elementary in the chemistry of the three class of compound, namely alcohols, phenols and ethers. These things we are going to discuss. So firstly let us discuss the classification of the alcohols we are going to discuss, student. So, dear student, if you talk about the alcohols, so that is it is the group is ROH group are known as, student, alcohol, like that CH3OH is there, or we can say that is C2H5OH is there. They are what, student, they are known as what, alcohol. Now let us move on the classification. The classification of compounds makes their study of systematic and hence simpler. Therefore, let us first learn how are the alcohols, phenol and ethers are classified. So here is mono, di, tri, polyhydric. So on the basis of number of OH group, student, this is classified into monohydric. So only one OH group is there. So that is what is monohydric alcohol, student. This is what is monohydric alcohol. So dear student, if the two group are there, so this is what is dihydric, student. This is what is known as dihydric. If three group are there, student, this is trihydric, dear student. This will be what, student? That will be the trihydric, dear student. Okay, so that is what we understand, student. If only one OH group, monohydric. So here you see alcohols and phenols may be classified mono, di, tri or polyhydric compounds depending on whether they contain 1, 2, 3 or many hydroxyl group respectively in their structure as given below. So monohydric means what? Only one OH group, dihydric 2 OH group, trihydric 3 OH group. Okay, here is also monohydric, dihydric, trihydric, right, student? Now they are saying monohydric alcohol may be further classified according to the hybridization of the carbon atom. Okay, which of no? So they are the basis of carbon atom. They are classifying is to, then first one C, SC-sp3OH bond. Okay, in this class of alcohol, the OH group is attached to sp3 hybrid carbon atom of an alkyl group. They are further classified as follow. So primary alcohol, secondary, tertiary. Okay, so these type of alcohols are OH group attached to primary, secondary and tertiary carbon atom respectively. Depend. So this is the primary 1 degree. This is what that is secondary, and this is what something that is tertiary student. Now let us have a student allylic alcohols. Allylic alcohols, if this is the attached with the OH group is attaching with the sp3 hybrid carbon just next to the sp2 hybrid carbon, that is allylic student. Okay, so here see the OH group is attached to sp3 hybrid carbon next to the carbon carbon double bond, that is allylic alcohols. So here what we are saying student, here you see this is what the sp3 group is student, sp3, but this is carbon carbon double bond, so this type of known as alkyl, no allylic. Here is that is if it is the it is this alpha carbon is attached to only one carbon, so this is what is that is primary. If alpha carbon is attached to one more two carbon, so that is secondary. If alpha carbon is here is 1 2 3, so this will be what is student, this will be the tertiary. Now let us last classification is what here is student, this can be classified in the benzylic. Benzylic means what student, this is the OH group is attached to the sp3 hybrid carbon, this is the sp3 hybrid, this is sp3 hybrid carbon, but this sp3 hybrid carbon is just next to the benzene ring student. Okay, this is what student, this is sp3 but is just next to the benzene ring student, so that is what is known as student, that what we are saying student, this we are saying that is benzylic alcohol. So see student, in these alcohols, the OH group is attached to sp3 hybrid carbon atom next to the aromatic ring. For example, this is there. Okay, here you see student, it is the alpha carbon is attached to two, one benzene ring and one this one. So this is secondary benzylic alcohol. This will be the tertiary benzylic alcohol. So they are saying allylic benzylic alcohol may be primary, secondary and tertiary, that you have to keep in mind. Now last classification is there student, compound containing CsP2OH. So here hybridization is what there, sp2. Okay, these alcohols contain OH group, okay, bonded to a carbon carbon double bond, that is to a vinylic carbon or to an aryl carbon, to an vinylic carbon and to aryl carbon. Okay, so directly if it is OH group is the arylic carbon, that is what is known as student, this is the phenol. Okay, or you can, this is what is sp2 hybrid carbon student, sp2. So this is what is student, this is known as arylic. Okay, arylic alcohol, either you say arylic alcohol or phenol. These alcohols are also known as vinyl alcohol. So if it is directly attached to sp2 hybrid carbon, you can see student sp2. So this is what is known as student vinylic alcohol student, this is the vinylic alcohol, and this is what is known as student arylic alcohol. So arylic alcohol means student, that is example is what, phenol, and vinylic alcohol, this is what the answers. So this is all about the today's lecture student. We are starting detail going line by the NCERT student. If you find this video helpful, please do like and subscribe the channel student, and don't forget to comments if you are asking anything from my side to explain. I will be most happiest person to explain to you student. So thank you so much for watching friend.